Welcome everyone to our Community and Sport Committee meeting for the 3rd of December 2024. Just looking around, all councillors are in attendance other than Councillor Augustine. Would anybody like to move a leave of absence for Councillor Augustine? Moved by Councillor Madden, seconded by Councillor Antonelli. I'll put that.
Does dial in and that's not needed, but yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll put that to the vote. Those in favour? That's carried unanimously. We got the acknowledgement of country. Start off by providing an acknowledgement of country. Ipswich City Council respectfully acknowledges the traditional owners as custodians of the land and waters we share. We pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging as the keepers of the traditions, customs, cultures and stories of proud people. Are there any declarations of interest in matters on the agenda today from committee members? There being no declarations or business outstanding, I'll move on to the confirmation of minutes. I'll seek a mover for the confirmation of those minutes. Moved by Deputy Mayor Johnnick, seconded by Councillor Antonelli. Any discussion on those minutes this morning? There being no discussion, I'll proceed to the vote. Those in favour of adopting? That's unanimous and carried. Our first officer report today is the Ipswich City Council Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Community Engagement Guide endorsement. Are there any questions of the relevant officer on this item this morning? There being no questions, I'll seek a mover for the recommendation.
I would like to, rather than a question to the officer, I just wonder whether we should not have in that report before we endorse it, the relevant chair should also be in the message with the mayor, I believe.
Yeah, if you're happy.
If the mayor's happy with that, yeah.
If you're happy.
An amendment to the actual guide to include either a joint message or an individual message from yourself as a chair. I think that should be included personally.
I think other things we usually have two different messages.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And usually with a photo.
If the mayor's happy with that.
Well, if you're happy, I think we can handle that administratively and
Yep.
have something.
I'm not sure if we need that in the
for the council
recommendation.
meeting.
It's just administratively.
No.
So that's noted.
That's
Thank you.
fine. Thank you, Councillor Antonelli. So I'll seek a mover for that recommendation. Moved by Councillor Antonelli, seconded by Councillor Madden. Any discussion this morning? Mayor.
Mayor Chair, thank you so much. The ongoing challenges faced by Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples and the importance of community and government coming together to achieve the best outcomes is why we are looking at how we can ensure that we are having meaningful engagement with our local Indigenous communities. The engagement guide covers cultural protocols, ceremonies, cultural awareness, recommended terminologies and other cultural considerations. It also looks at council's responsibilities in legislation and ensuring engagement is tailored to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander communities. This guide will allow council to have meaningful and culturally responsive engagement, which will lead to greater understanding, collaboration and partnerships with the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander communities of Ipswich. We want to ensure that Indigenous communities have a say and are able to be heard in all matters that affect them. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mayor. Any further discussion this morning from the committee? Councillor Antonelli.
Yeah, I just want to commend the authors of the report, of the guide. It's very conclusive and very informational and will certainly assist us in all of our communication with our local Indigenous community. I really commend this report to everybody.
Thank you, Councillor Antonelli. Any further discussion from the committee this morning? There being no further discussion, I'll put the matter to the vote. Those in favour of adopting, that's unanimous and carried. Items 3 and 4 today are some late reports due to some tight turnarounds for the Library and Customer Services Advisory Committee and the Sport and Recreation Advisory Committee. I'll just proceed to the Libraries and Customer Service Advisory Committee first as item 3 this morning. Are there any questions of officers on that report? There being no questions, I'll seek a mover for the recommendation. Moved by Councillor Madden and seconded by Deputy Mayor Johnnick. Any discussion this morning? All right, there being no discussion, I'll put the matter to the vote. Those in favour of adopting, that's unanimous and carried. Item 4 today is the report for the Sport and Recreation Advisory Committee meeting. As late report as the last one. Any questions this morning on that item? There being no questions, I'll seek a mover for the recommendation.
It's moved by Councillor Antonelli and seconded by Deputy Mayor Jonik. Any discussion this morning? There being no discussion, I'll put the matter to the vote. Those in favour of adopting? That's unanimous and carried. This morning I have no notices of motion or matters arising. Are there any questions or general business this morning for the committee? There being no questions or general business. There being no questions or general business, I'll declare the meeting closed with the next meeting to commence in 10 minutes. Thank you, everyone.